Hello everyone, my name is Ian, you're watching Big Rock Outdoors, and thank you so much for tuning in today. Portable power stations have become all the rage in the past few years, I think in response to the movement with van life, more camping, more outdoor living, adventuring, overlanding, and activities like that. These portable power stations are essentially batteries, but they have AC outlets to power devices like laptops or portable fridges or other household type electronics that you might want to bring with you on your travels. They also have an input to accept solar charging from a solar panel, so they're really good for going off the grid. Over the past few years, I've used a few different portable power stations, and they've become a really valuable tool in my arsenal when I go out on my adventures. Today we're going to take a look at one of the newer and more premium entries on the market, which is the EcoFlow Delta Mini. Now, yes, EcoFlow did provide me with this power station for this review, as well as their 160-watt solar panel. But just like all the reviews I do on both my YouTube channels, it's going to be a very honest and unbiased review. So EcoFlow offers a few different models in their lineup. The Delta Mini sits in between, kind of in their lineup, and this unit here provides 882 watt hours of storage, but it can provide up to 1400 watts of continuous power or up to 1800 watts as a surge amount for those high power devices. Now, when you're looking at power stations, you're probably trying to decide how big of a power station or how much capacity do you actually need. So they're going to be measured in watt hours, and here's kind of a way you can figure this out. You need to figure out what kind of devices you're going to be powering, and you need to know how much wattage or how much power those devices pull when they're running, and also for how long you anticipate running those devices between being able to recharge the unit. So let's say you have a portable fridge. A lot of the portable fridges take around 50 watts when they're running. So if you ran that for 10 hours continuously without recharging this, you would use 500 watt hours, or 50 watts times 10 hours is 500 watt hours. So that would use up about 60 or 70% of the capacity of this unit. So what I've learned in buying these things over the years is that, always go for 50% over what you think you might need. So if you think you need like a 500 watt hour unit, probably get a 750 to 1000 watt hour unit, because it's going to turn out that you want to charge a laptop, a portable radio, maybe you want to charge cell phones, iPads, things like that, and you end up using more than you might think. Now, if you're going to use a solar panel to recharge it, which we're going to talk about here in a second by looking at their solar panel, you need to keep in mind that you're only going to get energy from that when the sun's shining, when you have that panel sitting in the sun. So if you're camping overnight, that whole overnight period, your devices are going to be relying on the stored energy inside the power station and not able to get the benefit, obviously, from the solar panel. And if it's cloudy or bad weather, you're not going to get a lot of input coming in from your solar. So let's talk about what I really like about this EcoFlow Delta Mini. So the things I like about it, I like a lot of things about it actually. I think that it's a good compromise in size and weight and capacity. So at almost 900 watt hours, it competes with something like the Jackery 1000, although I think this is a little bit more of a premium unit than perhaps a Jackery, but again, just that's my 2 cents. It's 25 pounds, so it's not too heavy. It's got handles on both sides. It also has plenty of outputs and inputs for everything you'd want to do. So you've got plenty of outputs here. You've got all sorts of different settings. You've got a good solar input. I really like the display, which shows you, based on how much current you're drawing, how long this is going to last. It shows you how much input you're putting back into the panel. So the Delta Mini has super fast charging from a wall outlet. So unlike a lot of its competitors, which can take many hours to charge back up, if you use the fast setting, there's actually a switch here to change between the different charging modes. If you use the fast mode, this thing can charge up in about 90 minutes from empty from a wall outlet. So that's really, really great. A few other things I like. This unit I think is a really good value. Right now they list it on sale at $849, and that's a pretty good deal for everything you're getting. If you've shopped for these things, that's a pretty good deal. Also, I like the fact that you have that 1400 or 1800 watt in a surge mode power output. So if you do need to power something like a power tool or something that's just going to take that high, quick draw of energy, you can rely on this thing. But just keep in mind, if you're drawing over 1000 watts, you're going to run this thing down very, very quickly. But that's true with any power station. The other thing I like about it is it has a very efficient solar charge controller inside of it. So when I hooked up the provided 160 watt EcoFlow solar panel, which I'll show you in a second, I was getting like 140, 145 watts at around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And this is in February in the winter, although I am in California. So the sun is at, it's not totally high in the sky, but it's like at an angle. It was pretty sunny, but I thought that was really, really good because when they say it's a 160 watt panel, I figured, okay, I might get 120 watts out of it, but getting a 140 was really good. So I think it makes really good use of the power coming in. Okay, so let's now take a look at the folding solar panel that they were kind enough to provide for my test and my usage. So again, it's 160 watts. It comes in this nice storage case, which also doubles as a kickstand, which I didn't even realize until I got home and I was reading through some more of the literature after my last trip, but that's really handy to have the kickstand because I was just leaning it up against the Jeep. So basically you unzip this thing here. So here's kind of a view of it here, and it unfolds. This is kind of big here to get on camera, but it unfolds into 4 different panels like this. Okay, so it's a pretty good sizable panel, but it's not too heavy, it's not too bulky, and it folds down real nice, and they give you the nice storage case for storing it. So this panel has performed great. I've used other solar panels from other competitive companies that I've paid for myself, and this one is a lot more efficient than the other panels I've used. Also, I think 160 watts is a really good size for like, one of these 700 to 1000 watt hour power stations. It allows you to really charge it back up during the day, get plenty of input without having to spend a fortune and blow your budget on really expensive solar panels that might be higher capacity. So I think this is a really nice unit, and the fit and finish of everything and how everything's packaged and the wiring they give you, it's all very high end. So in terms of negative things, I honestly can't really find anything negative to say about these products that they've sent me for testing. They're very, very high quality compared to the other units I've used and tested, things like Jackery and Massimo and different power stations. I would say this is a very premium product at a very good price. I guess if I had to find a downside to it, it's not to do with this brand of power station, but I do find that these power stations in general, along with the solar panels, they tend to come at a pretty premium price if you're looking at the energy storage you're actually getting compared to something like a gas generator. But on the upside, it doesn't make any noise, you don't have to carry gas with you, there's no fumes, you can charge it with a solar panel, so it's giving you a lot of capability, and you're not going to be wanting to like run a gas generator in a lot of camping situations. That's just not going to work. So if you want to power up your laptop, you want to run your fridge and your freezer, you want to do stuff like that, charge your devices, this is definitely the way to go over something like a gas-powered generator. So to wrap this up, I just want to say a huge thanks to EcoFlow for sending over these products to the channel for review. They're a huge, huge valuable addition to my sort of adventure toolkit when I go out and do my camping and my overlanding and all my adventures with my family. So really appreciative of them for doing that. And if you want to check these things out or you want to buy them, I'll have the links down below. And if there is a discount code, that will be provided below. So check out the video description for that. And again, just a big thanks to EcoFlow for doing this. If you have questions about these products specifically, or if you have questions about power stations, solar generators, or solar panels in general, I have a lot of experience with this stuff. So please put that down below in the comments and I'll make sure to answer every one of your questions. So thank you again for watching. Be safe and we'll see you out there.